4th, 2024. Gonna do my Monday Night Raw review tonight, July 15, 2024. Now, I started this a little bit earlier. Raw about to be over in like 15 minutes, so I wanted to do it a little bit early. Not sure how I want to start the video, but this with Bo Dallas and the Wyatt Sits. This time we didn't see Uncle Howdy. I mean, I'm pretty sure Bo Dallas is Uncle Howdy. That's why he came out there and did the pose that Bray Wyatt usually does. We have a lot to talk about on this show. Drew McIntyre came back. Clearly, that on the setting up him and CM Punk. Where did Wyatt play in this? Damian Priest and Gunther had a face-to-face, a pretty good one. A very good back and forth that they did, and the ball they got. The storyline with Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, and Dominic getting real good. And the storyline with the Wyatt Sits and Bo Dallas and Chad Gable. Oh, and Gable finally aligned with the Creed brothers. They've been teasing it a few weeks, and we finally got it. Chad Gable and the Creed brothers are now aligned, and it looks like they're gonna be feuding with Bo Dallas and the Wyatt Sits. Now, what was interesting is that we did see Eric Rowan. We saw a vignette about Eric Rowan and how emotional it was when he talked about his history with Bray and Brody. I think they will reveal Eric Rowan pretty soon. Now we know that's him with the mallet. Hopefully they show who the other characters. Now we all know who it is, but hopefully they show it pretty soon on Raw. That about the other one, that's the Loomis, Joe Gacy, and Nikki Cross. Hopefully they show those and they reveal who they are. I think we're coming close of all of them taking off their masks. It's getting good. I'm glad we get to see Bo Dallas on TV. There were some other matches on the show. The main event, we have Sami Zayn defending the Intercontinental title against Ilya Dragunov. I think Braun Breaker might interfere and get matches. Now, I think my video will last like maybe an hour and 30 minutes because my SmackDown review on Friday didn't like that long. I'm pretty sure the show wasn't really that much to talk about. Now, this show, there was a few things to talk about here. That's why I hope you guys enjoy my video. Hit that like button, leave a comment, please subscribe to my channel. My video was sponsored by Fightful New York, Solomon the Sound Off, all the other podcasters that I know. Hope you guys can enjoy this. Now, hold on. Come on now. Hold on. Hold on for a minute. Alright. They went to a commercial. Liberty Mutual customized. Usually they show like other matches on here. Now we know NXT is gonna be tomorrow night. Oh wait. CM Punk is showing up next week. Next week we have Sonya Deville and Live with Valkyria next week. I'm glad to see Sonya Deville back in the ring. She did wrestle a tag team match tonight that we will talk about. Next week they already announced he can wrestle Live with Valkyria. Now Sonya Deville is in this new faction with Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler. Um, oh wait, I forgot. We have another match. We have a six-man tag with the Final Testament, Karrion Kross and AOP. Again, Alpha Academy and Austin. I'm sorry, Xavier. Xavier Woods. Almost said Austin Creed, but it's Xavier Woods. Yeah, let's do a few with the Final Testament. They took out Kofi Kingston, I think, last week. Let's see if I can skip ahead to this. Now this is almost over. Um, now let me Oh wait, hold on. Just want to make sure I didn't mess anything up here. Now this is how the show started off. The show opened up with Rhea Ripley coming out, cut a promo. She challenged Liv Morgan at SummerSlam for the Women's World Heavyweight Champion. Liv cut a promo during that. There's some tension here. It is a lot of interesting storyline with Rhea and Dominic. Who is Dominic gonna go for? Is he gonna go for Rhea or for Liv? Dirty Dom tried to explain himself to Rhea. I have a feeling there's something gonna happen that match at the pay-per-view. We had Sheamus defeat Bronson Reed in a very good match. Sheamus got the win. Pete Dunne leveled Sheamus. He attacked him. And after that, Bronson Reed attacked him. Now, there's still some tension with Sheamus and Pete Dunne because of the Brawl and Bruce. Pete Dunne still upset that Sheamus left the Brawl and Bruce. Now, where's Hollins? Is he still on NXT? We haven't seen him in a while. Gunther said dreams are a waste of time. They had a very good promo here with Gunther to hype up his face-to-face with Damian Priest. We have Sonya Deville defeat Lena Vega in a victorious return. Match was decent. How long did it match? Like 5 minutes? Very short. We have a very good face-to-face with Damian Priest and Gunther. Very good back-to-back. Gunther brought up how he was homeless. He called him trash. Priest is getting better on my skills a little bit. We did get a match with Damian Priest and Braun Strowman. Whatever, it's okay. I forgot that the film was a Judgment Day. Hopefully they move on from that. Braun Strowman, nothing special on White, not doing much anything on this show. Now, it was a non-title match. Damian Priest won. And after that, we did get a pretty good brawl with Gunther and Damian Priest. They're hyping up the match for SummerSlam. Otis rebuilt Chad Gable. Otis didn't want anything to do with Chad Gable in the Academy. Chad Gable moving on. He had the Creed brothers. Otis, I don't know what he's gonna do, but he's gonna be with Akira Tozawa. We did get Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark defeat Katana Chance and Kaden Carter. How long did Matt win? Like 10 minutes? We got a very good emotional promo with Eric Rowan. Eric Rowan discusses his losses. He talked about the loss of Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper. It was a very good promo, very emotional. I'm glad we're showing Eric Rowan. I think they will reveal him pretty soon. Sheamus had no idea why Pete Dunne attacked him. Now these are the podcast on the show. Your journey. Alright. The main event is still on. We still got Sami Zayn and Dragon. They went about what, 15 minutes? 13 minutes? I think that's how long the match was. The show's almost over. I'm just waiting to see what happens at the end. This show's not even over. Got like 2 minutes left. As I expected, Braun Breaker is back after Adam Pearce just escorted him out with security. But he's back. Braun Breaker and Sami Zayn not done. The feud gonna continue. Braun Breaker coming out. Damn, that was a nasty spear. Alright, let's see that spear again, cause that didn't look right. I don't know if I like that spear or not. That was a spear. It didn't look right. It didn't look like he got him. But see how fast he went? Braun is quick. Braun Breaker's quick. I'm not sure if he got it right. Whether it bought or not, it still looked like a nasty spear. I did love the quickness and the speed. It's still a terrible theme song. It's still generic. Now this is how Monday Night Raw goes off the air. We see Braun Breaker. Well, that's how the show ended. Well, I think I'm done with that. That was the end of the show. Braun Breaker. Oh yeah, I forgot we had Dirty Dom and Jey Uso. Dirty Dom tonight from bad to worse against Jey Uso. He lost to Jey Uso because of, I think, Rhea distracted him. And Liv Morgan came out and was riding Dom again. And then Rhea came out. And he got distracted by Rhea. And Jey hits a spear and win 1, 2, 3. Dom was going to give Rhea a black rose. Or black flower, I don't know. But Rhea said no. And then backstage, Rhea said, I'm not your mine. Now, we did get a 7 here. Drew McIntyre showed up. He loses his temper with Adam Pearce and Seth Rollins. Adam Pearce was going to make the match official with him and CM Punk for SummerSlam, unless he apologized to the 2 referees that he beat up at Money in the Bank. But he said no. He said no, he wanted to do things, he wanted an apology from the crowd, from him, from CM Punk for screwing him over. So he started losing his temper. Seth Rollins came out, they started brawling. Seth Rollins are getting involved in the storyline. I don't know why. Now, since CM Punk gonna be on the show next week, they might. I have a feeling that they might do something. I think Seth Rollins may be the referee for the Drew McIntyre Seth Rollins match. Drew McIntyre and CM Punk, we know it's gonna happen next week. I mean, we know it's gonna be at SummerSlam. That's your big match. That's the biggest feud for the pay per view. That's when your biggest match is. It's gonna be on that night. I think it's not gonna be a triple threat match. Cause it doesn't make any sense. It had to be a one-on-one. Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, Seth Rollins will be the referee. I have a feeling he will be the referee. All right, so let's see what else can I see here. All right, this is on Fightful. We have Mason Mansoor discuss Dirt Sheet Retribution, Bury the World. Now we know that they got released, and they're on Fightful. Mansoor a good wrestler. Mace O'Malley's not that good. One minute. Okay. We got the no DQ. Let's see what he says.
A recap of Monday Night Raw for July 15th, 2024. Shout out to everybody watching this. Jerry knows me too well, but we will get to that in minutes. Let's talk about the start of the show. The fall from last week, Rhea Ripley making her return. We had a video package highlighting everything that has gone down between Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio in Rhea Ripley's absence. Rhea came to the ring. We got the mommy chants. She said that she will handle Dominic later, but first she wanted to address Liv. Said that Liv has been walking around with her title, but instead we had Dominic come into the ring, getting booed, and he had a rose with him, just like when Eddie Guerrero had a rose for China. He was talking to Rhea, but then we quickly had an interruption from Liv Morgan, who was on the screen. She was backstage. She said she had a long weekend in Mexico. She's known, her voice was a little gone. She said that she's known to be quite the screamer. She got to know Dom over the past several months, and then when she kissed him, it became very real to her. More real than what Rhea Ripley has with Dominic. She said that Mommy might be home, but Liv is finally on top. Shout out to Building Nexus, who sent in a $2 super chat. Thank you for that. It says, Rhea helped create Dirty Dom. Rest in peace, Richard Simmons. Very sad about Richard Simmons. And Rhea Ripley creating Dom. Definitely a big part in the Dominic character getting over, that's for sure. Now, Rhea Ripley responded to Liv by saying that she wanted a match with Liv to get her title back at SummerSlam. Liv did accept the match, and she hopes to see Dominic there. Then we cut to Rhea and Dom in the ring. The crowd was chanting, Dom's in trouble, and Rhea said she is going to end Liv's career. And to quote Liv, watch her. Dominic tried to hand the rose over to Rhea. Rhea just tossed it away. Might come back to bite Rhea in the ass. We'll see. Great segment to kick off the show. Sean Garner very well could be onto something.
haven't really found anything else. We are back for event. That it? We really opens up the Solomon presser and pain for Dirty Dom. I did forget. I have, I forgot to talk about the news and rumors from the Solomon sound off. Now, that's what we saw on the show. Now, these are the news and rumors. That was SmackDown. That was AEW Dynamite. WWE signed CMLL Women's Champion. People are upset with Stephanie Vega after the WWE signed.
So, first year, so too are its challenges. He won't. After a great showing against Mercedes Moné at Forbidden Door, in a match where her PW insider Mercedes came into it with the idea, with the goal of making her opponent. Stephanie Care should send.
Now, it said that Stephanie Vaquer walking through AEW Forbidden Door 2 weeks ago, right into the WWE and the tours of Mexico this weekend. CMLL and AEW are among the parties said to be upset over her situation and not dropping her titles on her way out. And even some fans are making shots at her. In particular, it needs to stop. Plus, WWE considering one add women intercontinental and US title to one SmackDown. And why that make sense? I don't think it does. Give me enough room or enough space for the shows.
Bottle of rosé to Ms. Monet because she has left CMLL and New Japan Pro Wrestling and signed with WWE. Yeah, I swear I've heard at least 3 different pronunciations of this woman's name. The one time I WWE to actually change someone's name, and Meltzer says that she's keeping it. But we'll stick with the care. If I'm wrong, I apologize. But she walked out there against Mercedes with 3 belts, and now she has none. CMLL said that the care had left both the promotion and the New Japan as well, effective immediately, and would not be participating in her scheduled match at Fantastic Mania in San Jose last night. He is said to have received offers from both WWE and AEW coming off the Forbidden Door match with Monet. She wrestled Tessa Blanchard on Tuesday and won the match. And it was pretty clear from her body language, her embrace of Tessa when the match was over, just the way that she was acting, that she knew this was going to be it for her. And Tessa seemed to know it also. But that means, with her winning, that she left the promotion without dropping her CMLL Women's World title or Women's Tag Team title that she held with Zeopsis. So they stripped her, and they held a triple threat match last night with Luvia representing CMLL, Van representing New Japan, and Willow Nightingale sent in to represent AEW. And Willow Nightingale became the first U.S.-born champion in the history of the CMLL title last night. Over the past year, she's held the New Japan Strong Women's title. She won the Owen Hart Cup last year. She won the TBS. They don't much care about how it affects other AEW. So having a long-term CMLL contract doesn't necessarily mean you're locked in for the duration. This is not confirmed, but the belief is that she signed already with NXT. A little back from Liv Morgan. Rhea Ripley is going to have that women's world title on lockdown on Monday nights. I look at that Raw roster, for example, and someone like Kiana James, who got called up in the draft. She's had exactly 2 matches and a
total of 10 minutes of ring time since debuting, since being called up. Someone like her could benefit from something like a women's intercontinental title. Someone like Zoe Stark. Zoe, 5 women on both shows, maybe.
Now here are the pissing a big match for Cena. Big something event for John Cena.
Last week, I talked about John Cena retiring from.
So it says here John Cena's retirement tour, including who he would have in the ring and the tribute stories he would tell, and the big man venue for SummerSlam in 2025 if they place Cena would be familiar with.
WWE next year came out last weekend at Money in the Bank and made the announcement that 2025 is going to be his final year in the ring. And I threw out some ideas and some names of potential opponents for him before he wraps up. One name that I mentioned was CM Punk. And I said that I would book one last John Cena CM Punk match to headline the first Raw on Netflix in January. I didn't get into all of these specifics of what I would do for Cena that year, which I did on Tuesday Night Titans. I wanted to mention it here too, just expand on it a little bit more because it is a topic of conversation. People are trying to fantasy book the final year of John Cena. There's been some debate about whether Cena really is the greatest of all time. That's the tagline that WWE has given him. They've been marketing him that way for now a number of years. That was a Vince McMahon thing. And that's really all it is. It's a way for them to market him. Everybody's going to have a different answer as to the question. Is he the GOAT? Cena himself has said that he thinks Roman Reigns is the greatest of all time. I do not believe Roman Reigns is the greatest of all time. Will Roman Reigns be the greatest of all time? I don't know. He's not done yet. I can't say. I love Bret Hart, but Bret's my GOAT in terms of matches, but he didn't do the kind of business that the all-time greats did. So by those metrics, he wouldn't be the GOAT. Neither would Shawn Michaels, unless you're just looking at pure talent. That's your primary metric. That opens the conversation up to a lot of people like Bret, Shawn, Kurt Angle. You can expand that out beyond just WWE. True, that is absolutely a valid argument. But where would they have been without? Probably not in a good place. Doing decisions and saying no. He wasn't known to be a politician like.
I might will skip some of it.
He's coming into 2025. When he comes back in January, we see him. He will be on a losing streak of 7 years in singles matches. You can break a mirror and have bad luck on, and it ends. And that's how long John Cena has gone winless by the time he comes back in singles matches. 7 years. I would not have him come back and just win in his first match back. You instantly kill the story of Cena trying to shake off the bad luck and get back in the win column. Why would you do that? John Cena versus CM Punk. You do that on the first Raw on Netflix, like I suggested. Punk should win. Keep the losing. So then he has to qualify for the Elimination Chamber. And guess what? He loses there too. Then we get to WrestleMania. And we already know it's going to be his last WrestleMania, but he says, let's say, going into it, if I can't win a WrestleMania, I know I've been on this horrible, this bad luck streak. I don't know if I've got it anymore. If I can't win a WrestleMania, I don't deserve to be here anymore. I don't deserve bringing together some big wins against people like AJ Styles, who I would love to see him back in the ring with. Cena and Sheamus one more time. Cena and Logan Paul for the first time. I'd love to see him work with guys like Chad Gable, Dominic Mysterio, and Braun Breaker. Until eventually he runs into the World Heavyweight Champion, Gunther. Before The Rock started calling himself the final boss, Gunther was the real final boss. That's his chance to win number 17.
I might will skip this.
All you're doing is
Now let's go to the other news and rumor. Nick Khan tried another sport for WWE.
WWE announced on Tuesday that one of the voices of ESPN, Joe Tessitore, will be joining the WWE broadcast team later this summer. This was from their statement. One of the most versatile and veteran voices in sports television, Tessitore will join the company as a play-by-play broadcaster beginning this summer. In his role, Tessitore will work alongside analysts Wade Barrett and Corey Graves. Michael Cole and Pat McAfee will remain teamed up. With nearly 3 decades of broadcasting experience, note the fact that they said he would be working with
I might will just skip this.
partners, and you have a pretty
That it? Alright. Guess I'll just skip that. Want the podcast.
Yes, it's
These Canadian hoodies and back our Canadian line. Back, yes, we are Canadian. Proudly Canadian here at Coast Wrestling. We just released a brand new line of merchandise featuring our line.
But obviously, tell me how big of a signing this is for WWE to keep this relationship, because this is a world where people jump ship all the time. But also, this part.
You guys know that AJ Styles, Io Sky returned to Japan. Natalia's new deal. AJ Styles defeat Jeff in first non-WWE match in 8 years. Io Sky returned to Japan and Style gets win over former stablemate. Backstage details on Natalia's signing new deal. We know that Stephanie Vancouver made the debut in Mexico City. Backstage news on when Roman Reigns is expected to return to WWE. We know that Bayley, the women's champion Bayley, called for return of unique 2018 events. Alright.
this will be something special.
I'll tell you what I like. Hypothetically, if it is at AT&T Stadium, I like that it is about 10 miles away from Dallas Fort Worth Airport, because
Isn't there anywhere? What's the newer venue?
I don't care. I want it to be close to the airport, because if there's one thing I hate,
That's
it's
your
driving
big
in
shot.
Dallas. Yes, I want to get in, get out. All due respect to your all cities, I want to get the hell out of there, especially after the experience that Denise and I had in Dallas. Like, first off, myself and the
happened in
Cease
Dallas?
twins, ROH ran an hour.
Well, that's gonna take a while. Pressure and pain for Dominic. Very Dom. Donald Trump. Don't see no one else.
Burnett having like this bonding father and son moment.
Listen, that was something for me. That was,
I saw, yeah.
because when that happened, and we did a full podcast on this, I thought they were ribbing me when they said, "Oh, Josh Barnett wants to do something with you in the ring," because he trained my coaches, and that's how I learned to wrestle with that style. And I was like, "Oh, well, ha ha ha." very funny. And then he's like, no, for real, we're doing this. And I was like,
Yeah, that's how all that went down. And then I remember us bonding with Maven. That was pretty fun too.
that was very cool. Guys, I encourage you guys. There's a podcast that we did called Fightful Tells All. We do these for really any type of bookings that I've done. I do this because I'm like, well, if I give away everybody else's secrets, I might as well give away mine. And C. Delgado says sold out show Thursday. See you lose to F. But buddy, I don't know a clue of what's going to happen in that match. I was just talking about that before.
He said fight for what? I forgot what it was called. Not sure if I can get it here. No, I can't find it. Well, actually, I cannot find it. I don't know why am I looking over here to find it. Not even here. Alright, never mind. Well, that was a waste of time. Enough of these damn commercials.
I think it's more glamorous if we have a studio out in Los Angeles and we do our show
Yeah,
here.
I'm sure that 32 square foot studio for about $12,000 a month would be great. Listen, you could afford a palace.
So don't
in
get rusty.
Just saying. Wow, guys. Check out FightfulSelect.com, the best $5 in the business. We do have people saying, how do we get to the Discord? Once you subscribe, connect it via that email. Now, I will post something in the raw update with the news producers and all that stuff that explains to you guys how to do it. But there's an Ask SRS field. We are going to do something a little bit different this week. I can tell you this. I will not be in the mood to do an Ask SRS on Friday after my match Thursday. So Joel and Jeremy are doing one, and then I'm going to do one Monday, assuming I have feeling in my hands and legs.
Bro.
SRS getting that blood sport match before Joe Hendry. No comment. So Joe Hendry did say that Josh Barnett pissing him off.
Do you think we'll get you versus Joe Hendry before he goes to, maybe he goes to WWE? I don't know.
I think that people don't have any concept of how large of a human Joe Hendry actually is. Joe Hendry outweighs
You're
me.
tall.
I am tall, but Joe Hendry's also taller than people realize. He's like 6'2", 6'3". He's a big dude. He's like 240, 250, I think. Or maybe like 230, but he's
What are you?
me. I'm about 200 pounds, right around there. Depends. But I'm like 6'12", so.
Oh yeah, 6'12" for sure. Dude, 6'12" and 200 pounds, bro. You look like a pinky.
There are basketball players that are like that. Did you ever see the new Bowl?
No. Wait, is that the really big one? Didn't he take picture with the real little one?
Yes. He
That
was
famous
seven,
picture?
yeah, Muggsy Bogues, the new Bowl. He was 7'7"
seen that
and 200 pounds.
Yeah, that's how I know it. I've seen the picture.
Alright. That's the picture that I saw earlier. That was a great picture I wanted to show y'all. Show most of my fans. The Y6 and Bo Dallas.
Says, hey, SRS, it's my 40th birthday on Monday. Well, happy birthday, Michael. I never miss you till on Mondays. Fight SRS show us 5 random DVDs from that bookshelf. Okay, I will after an ad break. I will. Michael says SR. Actually, we just read that. Well, we kicked off with Rhea Ripley. Skip that many answers about her and Dom until later on. We'll get. I mean, Norma says, "What's up, SRS and Denise? Let's crank." Disappointed there wasn't a stiff like Dom on a pole or a cage match for Rhea Liv. We got some quality inside from large Sheamus and big rods in the ring. G. Alexander says Rhea versus Liv at Hell in a Cell at Bad or in a Hell in a Cell with Bad Blood. Thoughts? I think you could probably see this at Hell in a Cell as well. CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. But as of now, we get Rhea Ripley challenging Liv Morgan. Fight was selected reported a few weeks ago that Rhea was expected back for SummerSlam, especially in the past. But we didn't get a lot of answers on Dom. But we did get Liv cutting this more methodical, a little bit more serious, even though she trolled a little bit promo. How'd you feel about the Rhea and Liv stuff?
Well, first of all, I was glad that Rhea came out and that she decided to address her championship belt instead of addressing just Dominic Mysterio, because that was one of the criticisms that Rhea was getting before she got injured and had to drop the belt, was that it felt like all the focus was on Dominic, and of course it really has been, and the whole entire story has to do most with Dominic and Liv. Of course, the championship is a big part of it too, but let's be real, we're all talking about the love story, and that's what the focus has been. So I appreciated that Rhea went in there, and the first thing that she did was address her championship belt, and I loved where they shot the Liv Morgan promo that she did. I don't know, the she was on some steps or something. She looked really confident, and I think that is honestly what has been working most for Liv Morgan is the confidence that she is selling here. And I was sort of waiting for a sign, Sean, because my whole theory has been that Dominic is turning on Rhea. Dominic is going to be used by Liv Morgan. Once Liv Morgan is done with him, she is going to drop him. She's gonna drop him like whatever. I was gonna say something, but I don't remember what the saying was. I was trying to think. What's that one saying where you drop somebody like a dirty something, dirty sock, a bad habit? Okay, whatever. She's gonna drop him like a bad habit, and so that's
hold on now. Dirty sock.
Isn't that what's the saying? Drop him like a dirty something. There was a saying. I
Dirty
heard
sock.
it from there. Let me see. Drop him like a. No, I think it is bad habit. It's a
That
drop
is-
him.
That
I
is
don't know.
categorically different than a dirty sock.
I don't know.
How does sock get dirty?
Everybody's socks get dirty. That's why you wash them, Sean. Whatever. Drop him like a dirty sock. Drop him like a bad habit.
A bad hobbit.
I'm done.
You
All
are
right,
the Yogi Berra of wrestling media. That's what you are.
is that an insult?
No. Yogi Berra was a Hall of Fame baseball player. Won the World Series a bunch of times.
But the point that I'm trying to get to is Liv Morgan is going to dump Dominic when she's done with his shit, all right? Once he's going to fall in love with this woman and she is going to betray him, she is going to hurt him, and I do think that's the thing that's going to eventually maybe get some sympathy from the crowd and maybe people won't hate Dominic as much. We'll see.
How much walking do you think he's going to do after that since he's a bad hobbit?
Bro.
Do you think he'll get the ring that he's after?
No, honestly, I could see Dominic being like one of those hobbits. He's got the look, he's got the hair, he's got. He'd be an interesting hobbit.
2LT old photos that, hey, bro, I was working on cartoons with you and Denise. Well, that is very flattering. The ones you did of Alex and Kate were phenomenal and really, really good. So this match,
Terrified.
oh,
What
they
ours
were
is
so
gonna look
good.
like,
They
though.
were so
You're gonna come out looking like Big Bird, and I'm gonna look like Dora the Explorer. I know that's
you're afraid that somebody's going to be looking at your.
There's a lot on this show tonight, man. There's a lot that's going on right now. Finally, as Bo Dallas got destroyed tonight, potentially setting up a SummerSlam face-to-face between Gable and Uncle Howdy.
NordVPN.
Morgan on this show. Most of them were entertaining. I liked the story. What we did not get a lot of tonight was great wrestling. We got a lot of short matches. We got a lot of half-assed matches because the emphasis was the story. The emphasis was the build to SummerSlam, as it should be. And they did a good job with that tonight, I thought. Nothing wrong with that. I like stories, but I was really hoping when I saw last week that we were getting Sami Zayn one-on-one with Ilya Dragunov on this show for the Intercontinental title. I was really hoping when I saw that they were going to be the main event of the show tonight. Even though I knew going in, I said there's no way that we're getting a clean finish in this match. There's no way that Braun Breaker is going to allow this match to go untouched. Even still, I was hoping that at least we would get that one kick-ass match tonight, given the talent that was in that ring, and we didn't get it. What we got from those two, for what those two can deliver in the ring together, was pretty pedestrian stuff. And so even that left me...
Jericho won, the Lita won. Will be just with these dude.
That was in heard as of yet. Beth?
And Liv Morgan. What Liv Morgan is
And they were building their library. Get it?
McIntyre remained suspended. It looked like he was about to get what he wanted, but he just could not bring himself to do the one thing that Adam Pearce asked him to do. Damn pride got in the way. He couldn't do it, and therefore he still is unsuspended, or rather, he's not unsuspended. And we still don't know what's going to be happening at SummerSlam. Now, CM Punk is going to be back on the show next week. I still have every expectation that Punk is going to be cleared in on the show, but this is the first time I come away from one of these programs thinking, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe there's a chance that Punk isn't going to make it. Maybe they're trying to get him cleared. He's legitimately not cleared yet, and maybe they're going to come really close to the wire. That's why we're seeing Seth Rollins involved in this story all of a sudden. I'm not certain.
just chose these ones because I really love
stories that we have going on with the Raw brand going into the second biggest show of the year, obviously being spearheaded tonight by the return of Rhea Ripley, who is back full-time with the company after being absent for 3 months, and she is immediately targeting what she never lost, and that was the WWE Women's World Championship, and a match with Liv Morgan is all set at SummerSlam in Cleveland. The story's playing out beautifully. Everybody has done their job perfectly. I am invested. I love where it's going. We still don't know where it's going to end up. And I love the fact that there's a little dash of unpredictability, even so, after tonight, where it looks like Dominic Mysterio, so far, is in the clear. So it looks like, from my POV, that Rhea Ripley has at least given Dominic Mysterio a second chance after Rhea saw firsthand how Liv Morgan operates, and that Dominic Mysterio, I mean, the young guy can't handle himself, man. He's got all of this happening right before him, and Rhea Ripley knows that she's going to need to step in and save Dominic Mysterio. So we're Mysterio trying to get back in the good graces of Rhea Ripley. But that was not the only major development that we got tonight, Ben. The other major development, and I'm going to put this on the list of things near the top, even over Drew McIntyre and CM Punk, who was not there tonight. McIntyre was there. Seth Rollins was there. Bo Dallas. We finally saw Bo Dallas in front of a live audience. I can't even begin to tell you when the last time we saw him in front of a live audience was. Outside of this Uncle Howdy stuff. Human Bo Dallas, like actual Bo Dallas. He showed up tonight because Gable called him out. Gable feels like he uncovered the mystery of the century here as to who Uncle Howdy is. We all know, everybody knows it's Bo Dallas. But it was all a ruse. Master Gable pulled the wool over Bo Dallas's eyes. And he's unleashed a new Alpha Academy. He's got the proper backup for himself because Adam Pearce and nobody else wants to help him. So he took things into his own hands. Brutus and Julius Creed have finally aligned with Chad Gable, and they all attacked Bo Dallas tonight in a 3-on-1 attack, which left Bo Dallas laughing maniacally, which then summoned out the rest of the Wyatt Six. Where is this going into SummerSlam? Are we looking at the Creeds and Chad Gable versus the Wyatt Six? Or are we looking at Chad Gable himself versus Uncle Howdy at SummerSlam? Either way you look at it, it looks like Chad Gable is getting his SummerSlam match, and it's going to be a big one. We just don't know which direction WWE is going to go. Sami Zayn, Ilya Dragunov was your main event for the Intercontinental Championship. I wish they got a little bit more time. I mean, it's criminal that you put those two guys in the ring and they don't even get more than 12 minutes. But it's not the last time we're going to see those two guys in the ring. And Braun Breaker was the cause of that. Because
Simply telling Dom everything's okay.
People don't like wish that happened to them in their life. All my other ones are just like shoved away. These because you look at Roxanne and her story and her Rhea and Dominic, and it's 100% what they're trying to do. But it's funny because this is going back.
These actions tonight, WWE tried to focus on some of the mid-card ladies tonight. All in all, I thought this was a solid episode of Monday Night Raw. Can't forget Sheamus and Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne turned heel tonight. A lot of story happening on Monday night. And I really appreciate it when we got a lot of different things to look forward to on a pro wrestling show, man. So even though the pro wrestling tonight,
She doesn't mean Dominic Mysterio. She says she would handle him later.
show is really getting you excited for SummerSlam, because I know it's getting me excited for SummerSlam. So we will go over all of this the best that we can tonight. I'm not really feeling all that hot. I'm a little bit under the weather. I got a splitting headache right now. I'm going to try and power myself through this. And before we get into any of our business tonight, I want to send my thoughts, my love, and my prayers out to all my fans and Jesse. Are dealing with a tornado or tornado warnings. I didn't really see anything up until the start of this stream about tornadoes. Jesse texted me about 15 minutes ago saying that he and his family are safe. They're in their basement and they're hiding out until the tornado passes. So hopefully that passes with no damage, or at least as minimal damage as possible. So you guys are out there watching the stream. You got no power, still watching the stream by some way. I appreciate you guys, and I wish you nothing but safety, thoughts, loves, and prayers to all you guys going out there in Chicago, man. That's a scary, scary situation. So Jesse said he would keep me posted on what's going on there. We'll keep an eye on the phone.
Spoken with him
for 3 months.
Right? That's what I was wondering
Yeah.
too. Like, did they test? Did they call?
Like, I'm sorry, but at that point,
First of all, I want to thank
She said it all became very real to her. Very real to a lot of people in this chat as well. Dom told Ripley that, look, it's not what it looks like. And Ripley ignored him, and she challenged Liv Morgan to face her one-on-one in the ring for the Women's World Championship at SummerSlam. Morgan said that she was not going to run, but Rhea said that she would know that she's not the same person. Liv said that she would finally beat Rhea and hope to see Daddy Dom there as well. And Liv disappeared off the screen at that point. Ripley looked into the camera and said that she knew Liv was still listening. She said that she was not only going to end her revenge tour, she's not only going to end her run as the Women's World Champion, she said that she is going to end her career. Look on her face, she had that intense look like she meant it. So she went to go leave. Dom held the ropes open like a gentleman. She just looked at him, burned a hole through him, and he backed off. Ripley made her exit. Dom was chasing after her with the black rose. We did get a segment after this in the back where Rhea was walking through the hallway. Dominic is still trying to pleading with her. She opens the door to the Judgment Day clubhouse and she finds just like a bouquet of black roses, candles, and she's like, "What the hell is this?" And trying to explain it, he just wanted to try to make it up to her. So she goes in there, slams the door in his face. Damian Priest appears and asks Don. He got a big smile on his face, like he knew. You know, he knew this was coming. And he asked Dom if everything was good. Dominic admitted that things were not good. Ripley opened the door at that point and then chucked some flowers in his face and then handed him something else. It was some kind of I don't know what it was. It looked like what was that thing? Anyway, it looked like a goat. I don't know what it was. It was some kind of statue of some kind. It looked like a goat or a donkey. I don't know what it was. So this was the first of many backstage segments like this that would get the story played out throughout the episode. And I like the episodes like that, you know, when they have that one key story thread. It's an episodic show, so it just plays itself out throughout the entire show. This was the first of many segments that did not go the way that Dominic Mysterio was hoping that it would go. It was the first, it would not be the last. But I like the opening segment as far as Rhea came out there. Rhea Ripley just has that demeanor. And has that look and that sound in her voice, that bass in her voice, and when she talks about Liv Morgan, like she's going to murder this woman. And that's exactly the way that she needs to look and sound and feel, you know, given everything, the way that things have gone down. The injury that took her out for 3 months. Liv Morgan is the reason why her women's world title run ended in a little over a year. Now the stuff with Dominic, and she's trying to get Dominic away from her. She's trying to infiltrate the Judgment Day. Rhea Ripley should be pissed off. She had her pissed off face on tonight. I like the intensity. We had Sheamus one-on-one with Bronson Reed. Big Bronson Reed. He's big, you see. Why it's in his name. I said it at the top. We all need to have a moment of silence here. Because Sheamus's music, his original theme that was given back to him, has been stripped away from him once more. No warning, no reason given. It's like someone who loses a dog or a cat. The pet runs away. You're heartbroken. Oh my God, where did my cat go? Right? You print up signs. You staple signs to all the trees in the neighborhood. You tape all the signs to the light posts and the mailboxes. You're passing out flyers. Where, oh, where is Felix the cat? And then, years later, one day, out of nowhere, Felix reappears.
Right, because they're your new employer. But at the same when you get there, and then when you finally get there, she's got to have a plan up her sleeve. being with another woman. Oh,
in high
hell no.
school. In high school.
She is very, very, she's a, every walk of life, right? This one was a little bit different, of course, as all scenarios are, but I mean, this wasn't the only time they're going to be in Mexico. They're going to be in Mexico. Himself, like the way he acted, he truly, truly made it seem like China was the greatest natural baby face, and they turned her heel at people. A lot of people still aren't on board, so she really does have to be constantly. Would make for nice decor.
Past weekend, found out two of my best friends to report. Wrestling media.
Dominic and Liv, of course. It's
But also, I'm like, I don't understand the benefit of screwing over CMLL, because now what you're doing in screwing them over.
Summer. So it's great to have her back, and she was sorely missed. Monday Night Raw. Mommy's home. The first words out of her mouth. Said there is something on her mind, but it's not Dom. She will deal with him later.
Pete Dunne walked away from Shane's. We saw Pete Dunne come out, and no Tyler Bate. We didn't know why at the time. We come to find out later on that Tyler Bate tore his pec a couple weeks ago on NXT. And so he's going to be out for a while. So that's why all of a sudden we're seeing Pete Dunne on TV. Pete Dunne left. He walked away from Sheamus. They were talking about it on commentary as, you know, he feels like Sheamus abandoned him. He abandoned the Brawling Brutes. Well, this week, he comes out, he makes the save. Sheamus is like, what the hell are you doing? Sheamus turns around to go pose again for the crowd. Pete Dunne goes back into the ring, and he attacks Sheamus from behind. And then Dunne leaves the ring. He does the Pete Dunne special where he just, shrugs the shoulders like whatever. And he walks off. And then Bronson Reed goes to the top rope, and he hits the tsunami splash. And he squashes Sheamus like a pancake in the middle of the ring. So the battle of the big men here, the battle of the monsters, right? Meat madness, whatever you want to call it. It was good while it lasted. And Pete Dunne, Sheamus, that seems to be the direction. Now Ludwig Kaiser's still out with the broken ribs. Sheamus and Kaiser was going to be the direction.
Wait a minute, 7
Probably
minutes?
will be when he comes back, but they've shifted to Sheamus and
That he's hers. He will betray her at SummerSlam. Liv is rubbed off on Dom. He had more dominant hand mannerisms among Priestmore. There wasn't a lot to discuss about that match, but also Rhea was like, get back in the ring after she ran Liv off, and then Jay beat him. So, I mean, like, in all, he sort of proved his allegiance to her in this sense. But I think that's
It has to. It absolutely has to.
Sheamus defeated, which, by the way, K775 says, you think Judgment Day will turn on Priest and Rhea at SummerSlam? Feels like Judgment Day's current iteration have run their course. I can see Liv replacing Rhea and Damian being out, and then you're off to the races with Damian and Finn, maybe. And
Second that. I felt this expiration a while ago. I feel like we've been here for this expiration date.
a lot of people ask about Motor City Machine Guns. Where do I think they'll go? And Rock Hard Joel Wood says, I know there's no news there would be on Fightful Select, best $5 in the business. Where are you leaning for Motor City Machine Guns, WWE or AEW? I just want to make it abundantly clear. I have never reported that either one of those companies are signing Motor City Machine Guns. A while back, there was another outlet that got aggregated that had reported they were finalizing a deal with AEW. I've never had that information. I mean, they're still taking indie dates a month from now. So, right now, I'm going to say neither. pick one, I would say, they probably do at least a WWE run and become player coaches at the end of it because they are definitely the people that you want coaching. Andrew Brown says, you heard about the PBS documentary about wrestling at the Dorton Arena? I have. I got a press release about it.
Since you waited 3 months for this,
That it was Jack and Coke. When I say Coke, I don't mean I'm not talking soda.
Beef Sons of Bitches match. But I love what happened after this. Now, I don't love that Tyler Bate got injured. I think he tore his back and had to have surgery on that, which is unfortunate. But Pete Dunne runs out and just starts attacking Sheamus. Now, the thing is, Pete Dunne can have sirloin beef Sons of Bitches matches with Sheamus, even though he's like 200 pounds, which I really, really like. Bronson Reed still hasn't quite caught his footing here, but I love the idea of Pete Dunne and Sheamus. I really like it.
But see, here's the thing though. So I was really excited about this match because I'm like, oh, Sheamus, Bronson Reed, like this is really going to be a banger, right? We're gonna get a meaty match here. It's gonna be hard hitting. I was somewhat disappointed in the match, and the reason for that is I've seen better from both guys. I was honestly surprised that we didn't get as much aggression as I was expecting out of it. And the other thing that I was sort of bummed about is I personally felt like we got gypped out of having a full legit match here between Sheamus and Bronson Reed. I felt like we could have gotten so much more here, and it felt like we kind of got just a teaser. This to me was a teaser. So I was a little bit disappointed in the beginning of this, but then when Pete Dunne came out, I was very thrilled to see him and Sheamus start getting involved in the program. But that Bronson Reed continued the attack on Sheamus, that basically told me this feud is not over yet. So even though I was bummed in the beginning, the fact that he gave me hope that this is still going to continue sort of brought back my my good faith here. Because I really do think that Bronson Reed has sort of, like you mentioned, he's just been there. He's sort of been lost in the shuffle on Raw. He's had good matches. He hasn't been disappointing at all. It's just a matter of fact that he hasn't had a story. What's his story? He's big. All right, cool.
Yeah,
what other story
that's
is there? Nothing.
That's it.
And so that's sort of what we've been waiting for. And I mean, he's been there since, like, he came back the second that what do you call it? That he came back. Like the second he came back to freaking Triple H came back to create it.
Yeah, I agree. He's been spinning his wheels, unfortunately. A lot of people talking about Sheamus' theme. Jay Miller says, is Sheamus still in extension talks? He got Def Rebel. Not sure if those two things are related. He lost too many lines. Listen, I don't have the emotional connection to that theme. In fact, I don't like it. I don't like that. I like him. I like Sheamus a lot. But Def Rebel are not doing their best. That's for sure. Any thoughts on that?
Oh man. I mean, when it comes to this, I think we can all sort of do better with that. I feel like the themes has been something that people have honestly seen on. Yeah.
Oh man. Bane Twinblade says, what cultures do you think are the most out of pocket about their food? I think Italians say goodbye mile between the classiest anger of not being able to get one sausage to meaningless stuff like pineapple on pizza. Bane Twinblade, you are just begging for us to get canceled to like criticize somebody else's culture.
What's the question?
Which cultures are the most out of pocket about like their food? I'm
What
not
do you mean
saying-
out of pocket? Like really?
Oh no!
Well, I have an Italian uncle, and he gets very, very like he doesn't like a lot of the things that Americans do with their, and he'll tell us like that's not how people like that's supposed to be Italian. We don't do that in Italy, and so he calls out certain things that Americans do with their pasta that is supposed to be Italian, but it's not actually really authentic Italian. It's the American version.
We want to.
What's a change you would like to see in a wrestler's contract besides more money, of course? WWE media library. I would like to see travel dates counted as dates on a contract because that is a date that those talent are working. That's a big thing that I would like to see, and
keep
not
going.
singling out one person. Unless a company is paying you enough money to not work somewhere else, tell them to fuck themselves. They are not looking out for your best interests. Eduardo says, I know he's 72 years old. Bring back Jim Johnson.
Basically prepped him for this moment for weeks. And he did nothing but smile and relish in the fact that Dominic right now is going through some hard times. Sheamus. He went one-on-one with Bronson Reed, and this was billed as two meaty men going at it. There was a sign in the crowd that said simply meat. And Bronson Reed is a big proponent of pushing meat on social media. So the bell rings,
I don't think
and
Bronson
these
would
guys
go
waste
back.
absolutely no time going at each other. These are two big guys going
I
at
don't
it.
think
Fire
Bronson
off some right hands,
we might
one after the other.
you know,
Reed whips Sheamus
you've been
into
in
the
bad
corner
for it.
and
They
lands a
haven't
right
given
hand
that guy
on
anything.
his face.
What fucking
He
story?
delivers a variation of sentons to level Sheamus, then connects with a headbutt. Sheamus fires off some forearms.
Dream of being the world heavyweight champion. He said he made an honest assessment of Priest while he was away. He said, you're not living up to it. Your reign has been nothing. He said he wanted to lift that weight off of game.
About this particular episode of the Night Raw. But also, where's your excitement level for SummerSlam? How are you feeling about the event?
Being here in WWE, being a WWE superstar, it's not something that, as a young fan, he grew up wanting to be.
He's been a much more like cool heel type of guy that you would rather root for or you love to hate type of thing than I hate that guy. So I don't think that he needed the help of calling him street trash. I understand that maybe they wanted to try to add some emotional investment, but to me it did come off very Triple H bookerish to me.
Well, I mean, he definitely is running creative, so honestly, we're probably not too surprised about that. I mean, that kind of seemed on par. Yeah, it was
One of
weird
his
because
worst received storylines.
it was weird because we don't get promos like that from Gunther. Gunther finds a great way to bury his opponents without it coming across in that fashion, right? And so I was a little confused by it. There was a lot that I did like about it. I think maybe it was more so towards the end. But I will say this, I thought Damian Priest did a great job at just looking pissed the hell off. He was like mad as all hell during this. So I thought he did a good job with that. So even though that it was a little confusing, some of these portions in this promo, I felt that the overall intent, which was to make this feel like these two guys have beef with each other, they definitely succeeded at that.
It's like Shawn Michaels does all of his best storylines for his career. Triple H is like, we're gonna dig up some of my worst. I think next week we'll have somebody screwing a mannequin, and it'll all be fine.
Oh,
Next week you'll have Braun Breaker in there with,
that's Dominic. Dominic would be out there with a mannequin. That's poor Dom. Or
Yes, that's who they are. WWE, as soon as Sheamus came back, they were using that old theme song, and now all of a sudden they want to go away from it. Why? WWE needs to hire actual musicians that know how to write with fucking feeling and emotion. The one thing that I can't fucking stand is listening to music that doesn't have any heart or soul. You can instantly tell. It's all sounding the same. It's all sounding the same. WWE has some of the worst theme music in the history of pro wrestling. Right now. So,
great stand up. They're for whatever reason. So for me, I do want to say one more thing about that, and that was that hold on, is it known that Damian Priest know if he like grew up, like had like a rough life. Like I don't know the details of that, so I'm wondering if that was like what that was.
Look, I'm not opposed to these things being as plot points and stuff like that, because there are people like that. And I do feel like wrestling should reflect reality a lot more, because there are people that are like that. But
With scumbag. Two of them came face to face. I thought that it was a very strong segment for Damian Priest. More so even than Gunther. Gunther goes out there, I think he's a good promo. He's not a great promo. I mean, he's had promos that I think can be considered great, but I'm not even saying that Gunther is a great promo. Damian Priest has not shown to be a great promo so far during this title run. There's been something missing from a lot of these segments. He just, some segments he doesn't even.
after SummerSlam,
I thought he did a really good job. Gunther played his part fine. I thought the street trash comment. I thought Priest was going to start throwing fists. Changed one thing. As soon as he called him basically gutter trash, that's it. Like he should have been throwing fists with this guy at that point. He shouldn't. The talking is over at that point. But the talking kept going. But overall, I actually thought this was a very good segment. It was the kind of segment that he needed. We got a few more weeks to go before SummerSlam. We needed at least one really good verbal exchange between these two. I don't know if this will be the only one. I don't know if they're going to have a contract signing segment the week before. But I thought this was very good. The backstage, Adam Pearce was speaking with Jey Uso. They booked him in a match against Dominic later in the show. After Jey walked away, Braun Breaker showed up. Playing
if she had that much heat, they just wouldn't have set up this match for today. They would have scheduled it for somebody else. They just wouldn't have done that. Maybe they could write her off briefly or something like that. I wonder where the hell Natalia's going to be. Like, what's going to be up with her? Will she pop up on the show? Will she pop up on Smack? Now that she's got a new deal, I don't know. But Sonya and Zelina, this was a quick match. Sonya won. I just don't like that promising title or claiming, oh, this is the time shot for this person. Hell.
I was so surprised by how short this was, given that this was Sonya's first match back. Didn't even realize that. And truly, I just kind of feel like I don't really know what to make of this. I feel like they could have done a little bit more. I think Zelina has been showing a lot more promise in the ring.
I don't know. Rollers in that PS5 and that game from Blake Morgan's coming in. Why is it? They're such a big clubhouse. Ripley then looked at Damian Priest and asked, why is Smoky hanging out in that clubhouse? Dominic walked in and asked for a moment with Rhea Ripley. Priest laughed and left. Dominic says to Rhea Ripley, I know I screwed up, but I want you to hear me out. He says he was trying to reach her all week. Rhea asked, well, what about the last 3 months? She asked if he was too busy playing with his new girlfriend to give me a call. Stormed off. But Dominic at this point is all for 2 strikeouts for Dominic Mysterio. It looks like Dominic is about to get benched by Rhea Ripley. Carlito, he walks over and said, "Hey, thank you for the observation there, brother. NXT is role in the Judgment Day, and he's very uncertain. So, both men him an apple. He seems like Ilya Dragunov. He approached Sami Zayn backstage.
with Damian Priest, one-on-one with. You know what? Maybe that's a big part of the reason why the crowd is so quiet tonight. You know, you go to the building and there's only so much talking that you could sit there and listen to you. You want action. You gotta have some action. I don't need just mindless matches up and down the card, but if you're sitting in the building, because I saw, some people were complaining also about the crowd tonight, comparing it to the international crowds. There is no comparison. The international crowds are so much better. I mean, they embarrass us. They embarrass this country every single week. But a crowd like they had tonight, now, I believe they were in Dayton, right? They were in Dayton, Ohio. I thought I heard something about the Nutter Center. So, the Nutter Center, by the way, I will always remember the Nutter Center as the site of the very first King of the Ring pay-per-view in 1990. First pay-per-view they did for the King of the Ring and the best King of the Ring.
I could have bought a house in Cleveland for that much.
I was so surprised by how short this.
Yeah, maybe
Or
this
did
is covered
Gunther
over.
just assume
Hold on.
there? I had to search for that.
Get a real consistent push. Damn tag champs can't even get a consistent push. They're on main event, or they didn't get a push before they won the titles. They ain't got one since they won the titles. What the hell's going on?
That's what I was saying too. That I feel the exact same way about Casey and Casey Kaden. Oh God, they changed their names so many times. I'm already forgetting Katana, Kaden, Casey, whatever.
Didn't Zoe change the tag titles? Selena is great on the mic, though she roasted them. Selena is very quick. I think 7 or 8 works.
I have no idea, but that one was really, really shaky. But anyways, so this one has been released. Oh, and also, you want to know why that place had been revealed? That place in San Antonio. I found out later that they paid people to be.
I think a fucking wall once. It's good to see that some things never change with Braun Strowman. So he ran into the barricade and he went over it, hit the floor, and started selling his knee like he hurt his knee. Later in the match, Strowman tried to power slam Priest, but he gave out. Damian splashed Strowman in the corner and then hit himself with a choke slam. He got him up. It's not the best South of Heaven he's ever done, but Hogan taking a choke slam from The Undertaker. And he scored the pin. After the match, Gunther came back out. He stood up on the apron. Priest invited him into the ring. Gunther chopped him. One hard chop. And Priest fired back with a forearm and then worked him over in the corner. Gunther hit him with another chop. Priest put him down with a clothesline. The match itself was okay. I just don't understand why they got together so late in the day. No real promotion for it. This felt like it should have been a bigger deal, even though it was a non-title match. It just felt to me like it really should be a bigger deal. Braun Strowman against Damian Priest is kind of a big match, right? Literally 2 big men one-on-one. And it was just thrown together. I'm not even sure why it needed to be on the show. You already promoted Priest and Gunther in their face-to-face. So I'm not even sure why they chose this week for the match and just threw it together. Footage aired. Say goodbye to Strowman Express. Footage aired of Chad Gable eavesdropping on a conversation at a gym.
Oh, I am very sorry for the technical difficulties. I lost my connection and reconnect my phone and get back to my video.